Okay, so the first step, when you first get the kit, you want to open the app, and the goal here is to basically just teach students the software, show them how to navigate, and then also just how to build each thing. So when you open the app, you're going to get the screen, you can just exit, and then because this is the starting point, we're going to do the first project. So let's go ahead and we can build the snail. The go button is down here. It's this little blue button. So for each activity, there's a little story. And Max and Mia are the main characters of all these stories. So your students can read this individually. You can read it as a class. But as you go, it's going to ask you some questions. Are you ready? And then anytime there's a blue button, that means that there's going to be a tutorial with it. So use the Lego bricks to build your model. Are you ready? Yeah, let's start building. So you always want to make sure to build the Lego model before you code it. It's not going to work unless all of the Lego parts are added onto it. So it's going to be very specific. You can play it or go through it. So with the kit, it's going to have the pieces, and 1 times means you just need one of each of these. It'll show how it goes together. You click through it, it'll show you how to put it together, and then it starts to look like a snail over some time. And students might struggle with this, but that is okay. You could always put them in pairs or in groups. It's actually suggested that it's 2 to a group. You know, there might be more, like 3, 4, or 5. That's okay. So then after that, this is what we call the brick. It doesn't look like a lot of other Lego bricks, but that's okay. This little green button is what turns it on, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So finally, after they build it, it's going to ask them to connect your Lego model to your device, and that's when they need to turn it on. There's going to be a flashing white light. It's going to be beeping. You might hear it in the background. So then you click connect, and it literally tells them and shows them exactly how to do it. So they push that green button. As soon as they do it, they want to look over here, and any device or any brick that's beeping is going to come up. And if they don't click on this fast enough, they'll make them turn it on again. So I'm going to connect mine. Once the light on the brick turns blue, that means it's connected. And it'll have this. If you want to rename the Smart Hub, that's totally cool. There's a little sticker that we'll have on there, stuff like that. Actually, we're going to rename them, so please don't have your students rename them right now. We're going to go ahead and skip that. So then it gives you a thumbs up. That means that your device is ready to use. You can just click on that. It'll bring you back to this screen. And then you can click on the arrow some more. So then it's going to give the students a little bit of a challenge and kind of show them step by step the pieces down at the bottom that they can drag and drop. Okay, so it says make the snail show a flash of green light, create the program as shown, explain to each other how the snail works. So one person is going to have to drag that over here, and when they click down here, they're going to have, like, obviously this is to select a color, and it said to flash green. So I'm going to choose the bright green, and that should be good. And when they're ready, they can click play. And this is going to be kind of like a trial and error for them. They might say something like, oh, it didn't work, or something like that. But that's where you can just support them and say like, are you sure you selected the green one? Um, Number 6 just means it's not going to happen after 6 seconds. If we count these bricks, like black is 1, pink, or actually it starts at 0. So black is 0, pink is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I selected the green number 6. So when I click on this, it flashes really, really instantly. So once they get that, they can move on to the next part. Help Max and Mia further. This is totally optional, but we highly suggest if it's your students' first time exploring the WeDo, that they take the time to explore as much as they can. When they're done, they'll get this, and then they can try another lesson. When they go back to the lobby, they can go to classroom projects, and these first 8 right here are just basic training types of things for students. When you're actually ready for guided projects and you have the lesson material and kind of guidelines, then they can select the one that matches what you have for them. So that's kind of for you to know how to build the very first project for students and how it's going to work in the app.